Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody, and a warm welcome once again to the Soul Sister Show with host Sue Schumacher and myself, Anoulla. And today we have Thursday, March 12th, so we are proceeding into springtime in our part of the world, so to speak. That's very nice. And we are a live call-in worldwide show, so give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. You can ask questions, you can share a story with us, your own personal story around the topic or around any spiritual matter, or you can also request a free mini reading live on air. If you're an international caller, you dial +1 213 943-3587. +1 213 943-3587. And the most important thing of all is remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device if you want to talk with us live on the show. That shows us that you are placed in queue. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden. And it's not very cold, but I think it may be 3-4 degrees Celsius here. And it's kind of moisty. Not so much, not raining, but a little bit of gray. So a lot of clouds and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward soon to have some nice springtime here. And on today's show, we will talk about angel numbers. What do they mean and how can you interpret them? Angel numbers, what do they mean and how can you interpret them? And we are live calling worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the US and Stockholm, Sweden. And you can listen live and chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. So that's all on the same page. And there's a player on scrollsofthesoul.com/live where you can listen to the show right when we are broadcasting it. And below there's a chat room. So don't hesitate. Please write to us, write your thoughts or share a story or whatever you feel for. And once again, you can also, of course, call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And if you call us, we are very happy to talk to you, and we try to take all our callers as they have been calling in. So if you have been waiting the longest time, we're going to try to pick you first, of course. So stay with us so you don't know when we are going to take your call. And usually we have some time here when we talk about the topic, and then we have the bottom of the hour, and we can start to take some calls after that. And once again, if you call into us, and the number is 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And of course, remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device to be placed in queue. And on today's show, we will talk about angel numbers. What do they mean? And how can you interpret them? And we are the show that discusses the Akashic records, soul realignment, healing modalities in general. And of course, we just love to chat about any and all spiritual topics. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio. So we appreciate you interacting with us, calling in, and you can call us and get your spot in the queue now at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and remember to press 1 to be placed in queue. And we are very proud to let everybody know that we have listeners in 18 countries and growing. That's so fascinating for us. And we thank you, all of you listening to us and interacting with us and from all over the world. It's very honoring for us that you want to spend your time with us. And we did create at the end of last year, in the last days of December, actually, we did create a YouTube channel, so you can find upcoming episodes, very short videos of upcoming episodes, and full episodes of past shows. So we are actually putting up full episodes of past shows from 19th of December. And if you want to find us, you can go to YouTube and search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio, Scrolls of the Soul Radio, and you can also read more on scrollsofthesoul.com. We have a blog there for YouTube, so you can find that. And I think it's time for me to bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, my beautiful sister Sue, all the way from Arizona in the U.S. Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm pretty good, actually. Just relaxing here in Arizona, where we've had 3 days worth of rain, everybody. Let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
I am full of rain. I'm good to go. We're getting a lot of bugs, and we're supposed to be in the desert. So I'm kind of ready for the sun to come back out again. Just a little sick of the rain. We're desert
Sounds
dwellers.
nice.
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days in a row of rain, we start to flood out here.
Okay. Yeah, I do understand. I really, because I'm coming from, Sweden is a country where it's raining a lot.
Right.
Sometimes it's only raining for weeks in a row. And
yeah.
I actually learned to appreciate rain when I lived in Greece, because in the southern part of Greece, you can be out without any drop of rain for 4 months.
Right.
And sometimes a little bit longer. Yeah. So I do appreciate when it's raining, but I don't want it to be in a row.
Right. Well, you're used to the sun, right? I mean, in Greece, when you're on an island, you're used to the sun. So even just the winter time, it's nice out in the winter. The winter for us desert dwellers is kind of like everybody else's summer. So we like to get out and do things and enjoy the weather here. So 1 day of rain, I'm fine. But 3, it starts to get a little nerve-wracking here.
Yeah, you have to visit me here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in Sweden. You will get bored, Sissy.
Probably would.
Okay, so everybody, once again, now is a great time to call in for questions and free mini readings live on air, or why not share your own personal story and get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device to be placed in queue. So we see that you want to talk with us live on air, and we would be really honored. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, You can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And of course, you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com and check out all there is about our radio here. And once again, get your spot in the queue now. 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1, and remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device so we see that you want to talk with us. Don't be shy, guys. Press 1. And before we move on with today's show, I know that my Sissy wants to recap what last show was about.
Yes, I do. So last week, like we do every month, the beginning of the month, per the programming that we do, we do the Akashic Records. We always try to touch on one or two aspects of the Akashic Records and soul realignment so that you, the audience, will kind of understand what it means about your own history and the richness of each of us, each of our souls. So last week we took on, what are the Akashic Records? And it's quite fascinating because there is just an immense amount of information stored in the records for each of us. And so we touched on, a couple different areas last week. And of course, it's just kind of a guidepost for everyone so they can maybe understand a little bit better on what it entails for you as a client and us as the practitioner. So last week, what was the date last week, Sissy? I'm kind of brain farting.
March 5th.
Yeah, March 5th. So you can, of course, go back in to scrollsofthesoul.com/past and go into the March 5th show and hear that if you're interested to learn a little bit about what the Akashic Records are. All right. Yes. So I'm going to...
I just want to make a joke.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm not the only one mature. So you're mature too, Sissy, right?
Oh, no. That's a lie.
Okay, just joking.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, you. I just wanted to make a joke about the date last week.
Oh, gotcha. Like, no, I'm not mature. I'm fighting against being mature. Okay.
Okay.
So, before we proceed forward with the topic today, which was just going to be angel numbers, and callers, hang on, we're going to get to you. We see that the board's filling up, so thank you. We appreciate that. Ann and I made a call that we just wanted to kind of bring up the topic of the coronavirus. And the reason being, of course, is everyone is fully aware that this is going on. You can't make a move on your internet, your Facebook, your whatever platform you're on, or if you're like us and older or more mature, have your TV on. And it's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over. So what I would like to suggest as a radio host and as someone who deals specifically with being in the light and being connected to source and always looking at glass half full, not half empty. I want everyone to just kind of take a step back, pause, and use some common sense. I think because so much media hype is going on, we are so inundated with hearing the quote-unquote corona, right? I think all you guys, when I pick up the phone, are going to tell me you're probably sick of hearing it. So really some of the things Ann and I would like to say is just use some common sense. Don't go overboard when you go in the grocery store and panic. Wash your hands. If you sneeze or cough, cover your mouth, cover your face when you're in public. Just some really basic common sense stuff. And
Yeah.
as far
I
as
mean,
the, go ahead, Ann. Go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say, actually, those who are in danger are those who have underlying diseases and those who have are older. So it's just if you just as I'm usually thinking, I want to sound very nice and proactive and positive when I'm saying this, but it's basically use your brain and think. So if you everybody is mentioning, I mean the medical people, that if you keep your hands clean and you don't touch your face, if you have touched something outside, you cough and you sneeze in your arm or in your clothes, that's kind of something out of courtesy for other people too, right? So
Right.
if you just think before, this is something that can actually be stopped, so we don't need to panic, just as Sue says.
Right. And the reason, the beauty of this show is that Anne is in the European country, and of course I'm here in America. So her and I have a really good kind of full spectrum of what's being said over in other countries. And listen, not that I'm saying count on your media. I'm not. I'm actually saying use some common sense here, okay? Because what does your media love? The one thing they love, which is the one thing I really deplore, is drama. They love drama.
Yeah.
And the more drama that can be created about this, the more people are going to panic. So just some real fundamentals. It's not the end all, be all. Use statistics. Go to a website. Look at the statistics just for the common flu. See how many people get sick from the common flu. Be rational about it. The fear mongering, I think, is what kind of drives me crazy. And I just, for me, I'm kind of positive. Take the time to change the channel, watch a movie, have a freaking barbecue if you're in, my side of the country in the Southwest. Invite family over. Play board games. You guys remember that? When I was growing up, you didn't have cell phones. You didn't have the internet. You did board games. You did things, with your mind. You got creative. Just pull away from some of this because I think we need to.
And I have to say something too, because if you look at this, what's occurring right now in a spiritual sense, I don't mean to dismiss anything that doctors and everyone is saying, because we just need to follow their guidance. But they are basically saying that, as I've heard here and as you and I have discussed, that if you use your brain sometimes and you are a little bit precautious with your hands and you clean your hands and you keep that clear and you avoid being, don't go to a place where a lot of elder people live right now, because you don't know if you may carry something in for us who are not very old. I'm counting myself on that one, but I'm older than you, Susie. so it's actually, of course, it's something that's spread out right now, and most of us may probably go through it, but most of us will have it as an ordinary cold. It can be very simple or just a little bit, maybe fever and stuff like that. So it's nothing to be really afraid of. And in a spiritual sense, what we do, when we give in to fear and when we focus a lot on the negative things that we are being given all the time, instead of trying to see a more moderate way and a more positive way, and see that this is something that actually has a good potential to pass in some time. So if we focus on that instead of giving into fear, we can help in a spiritual sense. Does that
everything
make sense
has
to you,
its
Susie?
season. Yeah, it does. And everything has its seasons, and this is why I just kind of take a step back, kind of look around, and I'm fortunate, and so is Anne, in the sense that we have each other in different parts of the world aware of what's going on, and and knowing, just have, I could tell you guys right now, I have this knowing it's gonna be okay. It's not, we'll get through it. We're a strong people. We've been through world wars. We've been through epidemics. We're gonna survive. So just use some common sense. That's kind of what I'm really stating.
Yeah, and be little, pay respect to others around you if you have a cold, and clean your hands and be precautious. That's all it takes, basically. There's nothing else we can do. Anyway.
And just to say one final thing, we're not medical doctors, so it's not coming from that.
No.
We're healers in the spiritual sense, Reiki healers, both of us. But there's that kind of that spiritual understanding, that knowing that it's not that bad. Okay, it's just not. So I'm not gonna fret over it, and I hope you guys aren't either. All right, so let's get going with this topic. So callers, hang on. We're going to take you in just a few more minutes. I'm just going to kind of dive in a little bit. So angel numbers, I don't know if you guys have had something that occurs with you where you tend to see a lot of numbers in different locations, whether it be, looking at the clock, license plate, your phone, just looking at random things, and numbers come up. And when it starts to happen, kind of get a sense that something's up and maybe there's a message here. And so angel numbers are really great as far as telling you where you're at when you spot them, so to speak. And once they happen, they kind of seem to continually happen. It's just this, once you recognize it, you don't unrecognize it. You just tend to keep seeing them. So there are some really good places, of course, on the internet you can find numbers. But one of them, Ann and I have gone through, I think, over the years, Joanne's, right? I believe that's the name of it.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually posting the link in the chat room at scrolltothesoul.com/live. So if anyone wants to have a look.
Okay. Thank you, Sissy. So we just pulled out some of the numbers, and traditionally, I think everyone sees the 111 number, the same numbers in succession of threes. So I'm just going to kind of go through some summaries of what they are. And I'll just start off with the 111. So the 111 is a powerful number of manifestation and manifesting and manifestation. And it carries the combined attributes and energy of number 1 and the karmic master, number 11. Number 1 resonates with the assertiveness, independence, and uniqueness, motivation, new beginnings, and a striving forward, insight, self-leadership, inspiration, positivity, achieving success. So that's pretty strong right there. That is a very strong statement. And what it says to me is that you're kind of starting on your path, and you're starting from an advantage of a good position. There's motivation. Moving forward type of thing. The insight is there, so it's telling you, you're definitely aware. You're becoming aware. There's leadership in that, and it's a positive thing, and I think overall you can say that about all the numbers. But when you start to kind of go through them, you kind of get a sense that there's a growth here happening for yourself, and that you're accelerating. You're kind of moving through. Go ahead, Anne.
Yeah, and I want to mention something, because at some point many years ago, I was literally showered in the numbers. So, and I got very excited, of course, overly excited. And I was writing them down, but they didn't make so much sense to me in the beginning. I couldn't get what the message behind this was. So I learned with some time, and I did find that when you are receiving these angel numbers, very often it's a way for the angels and guides to get your attention because that's what they want, something that's very apparent, right?
Well,
So
it's.
it's some, no,
I was going to
hang
say
on.
it's funny you said that. Go ahead.
Okay. It's something that really, because it's something that's stepping out of the ordinary for you. So you pay attention to it. So if you see 111555777, or you look at the clock, it's here we go by the military number, so we can see 22:22. That's 10:22 p.m. Here in my part of the world. So
Right.
it can be things like that that are very, very, very much apparent. But what I did was I started to pay attention to, okay, I see this angel number now. What's going on around me? If I could see it outside on a car plate or something, I started to look around and write up the numbers of the other cars close to that. Pay attention to what was I thinking, what were I doing, um, things like that, and that will give you a good message. So the site, Joanne's Angel Numbers, she actually have, if you're not so familiar with numerology and angel numbers, you can look up numbers that are not even, for instance. So if you have an angel number or two angel numbers that are very apparent for you, and you can see, for instance, the number 562 beside that, and you have 412 that you may not have. So if you pull them all together and you try to figure out, you look them up, you will see a theme along with
Right.
what you were thinking and what was going on around you. That makes
Right.
sense.
And to emphasize that point, what you were saying, it is recommended. That's highly recommended with 111 is that we monitor our thoughts carefully because that's a sign too. So at the time
Yes.
in which you spot, let's say 111, what were you thinking at the time? Because that's going to be kind of your hint, okay, as
Yes.
to possibly the message that's coming in for you. It could be an answer, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm not getting the answer. When actually you probably heard the answer before you saw the number. So it's a good way to just measure your own thoughts. What were you thinking right before you spotted this first number of 111?
Yes, or
So
if you even discuss something with someone, that's also a hint. What were you talking about?
Right. And the thing I love about all of these numbers, of course, is that they're inspirational. They're very encouraging, and it's a way to really track your growth because you start to notice. Okay, so when you notice numbers and they just start appearing, and like Anne said, there is this strong thing when it happens, and you become like aware that you're aware of numbers, and you start to locate, and even the uneven numbers. And you receive the messages that are applied to these numbers, it really, you kind of start to see your own growth occur, your own spiritual connection, your spiritual growth, your abundance. So many things manifest when you become very observant of numbers. So it's just
and one more thing. I'm so excited over this topic because I do remember my own excitement in that time, and I have a couple of notebooks actually that I filled with numbers because I was, as I said, I was drowning in numbers. But it's also something. It's like everything else in this universe. So what we focus on, because I was so excited, and usually people are excited when they are receiving numbers. So when the angels and guides are seeing that you pay attention, it's going to increase. That's another good thing to know.
And I got to bring that up, that statement right there. When the angels, are kind of giving you that nudge to see numbers, that's exactly what it is. We all wonder Are we connected? Are we hearing, are we receiving support from guides, teachers, angels, and masters, right? And numbers is a great way to start to understand, okay, so maybe we don't necessarily hear what we're being told, but when we're being pushed to look at something, it helps you to just kind of connect the dots, and it's kind of one of those aha moments, and you start to get it. So I think it's a pathway to opening the door.
Yes.
So
it is.
Amazing.
So by that, this is my time. It's the bottom of the hour.
It looks that way. Hang on, callers. We're coming.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ann.
So I just want everyone to hear a few quick announcements. Once again, if you haven't, I know we have a bunch of callers and we're going to come to you soon, so hold on a little bit. Thank you for your patience. If you haven't called in yet, we still have room, so now is a great time to call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 on the keypad on your device if you want to be placed in queue and talk to us live on air. And on today's show, we talked about angel numbers. What do they mean and how can you interpret them? And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And of course, as always, you can listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, March 19th, with Soul Sister Show, and we will hold open lines and talk a little bit about Reiki healing. So we do hold open lines for you, so you can call in for questions, sharing your stories, and even free mini readings live on air. And please note that parts of the world have started to change time towards summertime, and this means that there may be some differences in time. And I think I tried to cover them for this month, but we always broadcast 10 a.m. Pacific time, U.S. time. So you can always find out the time that will be in your time where you are at. If you go by 10 a.m. Pacific time in U.S. So next Thursday, we will be live 10 a.m. Pacific U.S., 5 p.m. London, UK, 6 p.m. Sweden, 7 p.m. Greece, and it's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific in Arizona as well. That's nice. So keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming, and there's always a link. You can check out the time there. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio. So today we are broadcasting from Arizona, the U.S., and Stockholm, Sweden. And if you haven't called in yet, a reminder, guys, please call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And I think I'm done, actually. I'm ready. Sissy, are you there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm just gonna move over to some callers and maybe jump a little bit back and forth between the topic as well. So hang on one second, Sissy,
yes.
And we'll get a call. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, hi. My name is Susan. I'm calling from Oklahoma.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Welcome. Oklahoma.
Hi, thank you. Yes.
How's it going out there?
Well, they're shutting everything down.
Oh man, really?
Everyone has bought every roll of toilet paper in sight, so everyone's freaking out except me.
Right. Did you hear the beginning of the show? Or did you hear us about talking about it? Okay, so
yes.
And of course our topic is angel numbers, but we just felt that it was kind of really necessary to take it on a different level, because clearly we're all seeing the negative side, right? I mean, you're just bombarded wherever you go. And I'm telling you from the spiritual side, okay? And it's only what it's just from me, that it's like, chill out, everyone. It ain't that bad. Like, seriously, we'll survive this. What did our great-grandparents go through during World War II when they were rationing, for God's sake? We'll get through it, So, oh, my God. Grocery stores and toilet paper, huh?
I know. It's crazy.
Okay, so, Susan, what can we do for you?
I'm actually in the process of looking for another job. Do you see me finding something that's going to be a good fit?
Right. Okay. And do you have that one for now? I'm actually going to feel like a little dowsing for her. If you could grab
absolutely.
Card.
I feel that there are opportunities coming, but they seem to take a little time, and that can depend on a lot of things. Like right now, it's like we are disturbed by what's occurring in the world, right? So, I think once things will settle, and they will at some point, it feels to be. I don't sense it's going to be a very long time, but sometimes here during summertime, I feel that you most likely, I can't promise you, but I say most likely will find yourself somewhere else where you feel more confident. And it's like once these things, it is like something starting to move in your favor energetically, if that makes sense, if I don't sound very fuzzy when I say that. But right now it's not the exact right time. So it feels like this has to pass first, and once it does, then the opportunities will kind of come. And I see the Ace of Pentacles for you around this question. That's a very strong card, and it's a very positive card. It brings abundance, and it brings success, and it brings a lot of things. And after that, I see that this will bring you the change that you have been waiting for, and the change that you want to see. So I sense that you will feel very comfortable, and it's like you will have a feeling of being happy with the results, and also that you have kind of stepped up and are seeing whatever challenges you have been experiencing in the past, you're seeing them more from above at that point. So sometime during the summer, that's what I'm sensing for you. Should we see what, I don't know if this makes sense to you. I have to ask you.
Susan, hold on 1 second, okay? So I don't want you to answer Ann yet. So she's correct. Ann is correct. I'm trying to capture on season here. And summer is what I feel, but I hear service-based work. So I start writing, right? So I do automatic writing. What comes in for you is people and animals. So it's going to be something in the realm of, you're around people, you're around animals. And what first came in after I wrote that was farming. It just came. I don't know if it's something already in your family, but it came through.
No?
There's something with, it's going to connect to farming even if you're not on a farm, okay? It's just, I can only go with what I write, and it might seem way out of the spectrum of what you're thinking, but just remember there's people involved and animals involved as well. So, go ahead, Ann.
I just got a peculiar vision. It's like not a big zoo, but a park where they keep maybe some animals or something. That can be an option too. So having something to do with that, but it can be a work that's more behind the scenes, so to speak, like office or something. But it can very well be connected to animals.
Yeah, I just
I
see
don't I don't really understand it because I don't work around animals at
right,
all.
right. And
I'm
see,
a professional, so I
and
wouldn't
when
even
those,
think about going to a farm.
right.
So
So
I'm confused.
So what happens is, hey, we can only go with what we see, but the beauty of this,
Okay.
what's so funny about it, okay, is summertime's going to come around, and you're going to start to go, wait a minute, what the heck? This actually has to do with people and animals. It's the dots are going to get connected there. So we are on every Thursday, and once it happens, just call us, let us know how it happens.
Okay.
Because
okay.
it sounds a little crazy. I know it does, but it's kind of like the numbers thing where you just got to kind of connect the dots. It feels very service-based to me. So like you're serving the public in some aspects. It could be a corporate thing. It could be a corporate company, that deals specifically in products that are farming products, when you're servicing something with the public. But that's just where kind of it got laid out for me. People, animals, and service-based. It's exactly what came out.
Okay.
So, just let us know, a couple months from now, look for our show again and give us a call. I would be curious how this pans out.
Okay,
yeah.
I sure will.
Yeah, and stay positive about this stupid crap with the corona, okay? We're all going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. And is there anything else?
No, I just want to say that sometimes because we don't get the information very clear as if we are speaking right now, right? When we get it from the other side. So it's coming in metaphors, and sometimes they don't want to reveal too much either because they don't want us to frame ourselves in a specific manner, so to speak, or in a specific direction. But it's when Sue is talking about animals and farming, and so there can be many ways of how that would be connected to what we say that you will find. So just be open-minded. Okay. That's the only thing. Okay. And call us after.
Yeah, I sure will.
Right. Yeah, it'll reveal itself.
Awesome. All right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe, stay warm, and so relax.
I will. Thank you so much.
Right.
Many blessings.
Many blessings. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, Sissy, hang on there, girl. I'm just going to move forward.
Yes.
Next. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Jamel. I'm calling from Chicago.
Hi, Jamel. Welcome.
Hi, Jamel.
What's going on there in Chicago?
Just sitting back and watching the world shut down. Just everything it's not crazy pandemonium yet, but everybody's just watching and paying attention to a lot of stuff that's going on around in the world. Things are changing, and just nothing we could do right now. It's just.
Well, what are you feeling about it? What are you feeling about it? Just tell me what you're feeling about what you're seeing.
I feel they're pushing a fear agenda, really.
Right.
More than
Bingo.
just actual sickness. I think it's more of a fear agenda, and
Correct.
They're rushing.
Yeah.
They're just putting everybody in a panic mode. I don't think that's really cool, especially with this times of what we're going through right now. I don't think it's cool. So I think they're pushing fear more than anything else. But gotta be brave and tough, y'all.
Right. Listen, like I said earlier, I think you were still on when Ann and I were talking earlier about this, right? I think you were listening in. And the one thing, I'm a patterns person. I like to look at patterns, right? Kind of connect the dots type of thing. And so I have the luxury of having Ann on the other side of the world. And it's like game theory. Game theory, right? Jamel?
Yeah. Yes, I heard of it. Yes.
Okay, so when you start to play game theory, I know I'm getting off on the intuitive side, but just hear me out. When you start to play game theory, you're looking at patterns and connecting dots, right? Boy, isn't this just funny how this all came about? And I say that as both intuitive and as one who likes to keep myself informed. Of course, this show isn't about those types of things. And then what I do is I take the information, not through the local media, not through the national media, it's through my own personal research. And I take this this spiritual intuitiveness I have, and it's just a knowing. And you said it when I first asked you. You know that this is BS too, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in that sense, listen, we've been a nation who's been through many world wars, okay? We've rationed before. We've seen all types of shit, right? I'm just going to be honest with you. We've had 9/11. It's not like we can't get through this stuff. We can. But I think a lot of people tend to just fall into that hole, and maybe just not take a step back. Use some common sense. What's all the fear mongering about? The world ain't coming to an end. I'm telling you right now, it ain't coming to an end. It's just my sense of it. So with that being said, what can we do for you, Jamal?
I've been seeing a lot of numbers like 10, 12, 12, 9, 11. I've been seeing them all here lately. So I was just calling to see do you guys have any messages for me or anything to translate?
Yes.
I think we both got them. Okay, so when you first start connecting, when did this start happening first? When did it start happening to you?
It started happening, it happens all the time, but it started really lately past 3 days.
Right.
Like every time I look at my watch or something, I see 10:10 or 11:11 is just on point every hour.
Okay, first I'm going to say welcome to the club, Jamal. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's a spiritual awakening. Okay, so remember I just talked about the bullshit meter, right? You're starting to say, something ain't right here. But along with that, now you've got some deep spiritual connections starting to happen, and you're being tapped on the shoulder. So what's being said to you is pay attention, because what you know intuitively is correct. Take these numbers you see, do a quick search on the numbers. There's so many messages that come out in numbers. They're great spiritual message from our guides, our teachers, and our angels. And recognize, like Ann and I said earlier, that what your thoughts were at the time when you saw those numbers, because it's kind of a clue. So let me really quickly turn it over to Ann and see if she's got something to add. Ann?
Yes, I have. Hi, Jamal. So I did post a link to a great website where you can look up numbers, and of course we say angel numbers, but they are based in numerology, of course, so there's always a connection. But numbers are very significant, and because you now are experiencing an increase of seeing these numbers, this means basically that guides and angels and whoever wants to reveal a message for you from the other side is kind of knocking on you and say, hey, I have a message for you, so pay attention. And many times they can just shower us with numbers because they want to reach our attention, if that makes sense. And I sense that the message for you is that, just like Sue said, you are right now becoming more sensitive, you are becoming more aware, more open. So just trust your intuition. The first thing that comes to mind for you before you start to let your brain start to think, is this correct or not? The first thing that comes, if it is what you feel or think or whatever it is, just pay attention to that And pay attention to these numbers, because I do have a feeling that you are going to have increased experiences right now with these numbers. And what the angels are saying to you is that you are getting stronger with your spiritual sense. uh, Sorry for that, sensitivity. I try my best. I'm not a native English speaking person. And that
It's okay.
whatever is going on right now, storms will pass. And I feel that this can, of course, it can be applied on what's going on out in the world, but it also feels to be connected to you. So things will settle, all the pieces will fall into place, and you will get a better understanding. And there are some decisions that you may have concerns about, if you're going to make them or not. Sometimes when we don't really know, we're not sure, don't push yourself to make a decision that you feel unsure about. Just follow your intuition, follow what's occurring around you, and because you are having increased angel numbers, you can get a better clue if you, just like Sue said, around the numbers you are receiving, what's happening. Are you talking to someone? What are you talking about? What are your thoughts? What did you do? What else is occurring? Do you hear any sound? What else is occurring in the world around you at that specific point? And also if there are other numbers around that situation. So if you see 111 on your clock, and you see on the TV something else, another number, it can be whatever, it can be 923, for instance. So look them up on the link that I posted at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, because it gives you a broader understanding, and you will learn with some time what the message is. So in general, this time ahead of you will bring you good changes, actually, and something that you have been longing for. So it's going to be a very positive and good change for you. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Thank you.
Are you there, Jamal?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm still here. I was just listening to everything what you ladies were saying. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a spiritual awakening. And, during this time, right? So during this time of bombardment of like this just negative wave, right? You have this really cool, positive thing going on. And so I want to point it out. I want to be really clear about this. This is positive. This is your own spiritual guides coming in, tapping you on the shoulder, man, going, you're correct. We're here. It's not doomsday. We're alive and well, and we're waking you up. And you're not the only one. You belong to a community of all of us, of the human race, and we are all interconnected. We just are. I got to tell you, Jamel, I see this amazing thing coming down the pike for you. And I'm excited for you, actually, because when it happens, believe me, when you start looking at the numbers and it makes sense, it starts to trigger other things. And really, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for us to kind of connect on that spiritual sense. There's a sense of right. There's a sense of peace. There's a sense of direction. There's a sense of knowing, and you're well on your way. You're well on your way. I'm excited for you, man. Very excited.
I'm excited too. All right, so just good. Thank you.
Keep your head above water, okay? And listen, we are on every Thursday. You're always welcome to call in anytime that you see we're on at this time every Thursday. If we're not on, we usually kind of post it on the internet or on our website, scrollsofthesoul.com, and just kind of say, okay, we got to take a break for whatever, But this is, we're here. We've been here. We love to catch up with our audience and just kind of hear how things have gotten for them or how much better or, did things improve or, life in general. So keep us updated.
I will. I
All right.
will, definitely. Thank you, ladies. I
Oh, you're
appreciate
more than
talking to
welcome.
you.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
You're
Janelle.
with you.
God
Thank
bless.
you so much. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, that was awesome. Wow, that board just filled up, girl. Hang on a second because I'm just going to move through, all right? Welcome, everyone. We really appreciate you calling, so just give us a quick second, and I'll grab the next caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, ladies. My name is Regina from Georgia.
Hi. How
Hi,
are
Regina.
I'm good. How are you guys doing today?
you? Doing good. Doing
Fine, thank
real
you.
good. Not letting the chronola, whatever the hell you call it, crap get us down.
Of course. I mean, people are really just doing the most out here. But I'm not. I mean, I just have to trust the universe, trust God.
Right.
That I'm taken care of, my family, friends, that everyone that's not affected. I mean, I just have to do that. I'm not going to just be buying all the hand sanitizers and tissue and Lysol. I already had that stuff, some of that stuff before that happened, so I'm not.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I am loving your attitude. See, I have faith. You, Regina, I'm going to tell you right now, you give me faith because, Ann and I had a suspicion that we were going to, possibly get a lot of calls, even though the topic is about numbers. We were going to get a lot of callers about this crap, and you helped solidify what I know about about America, about our ingenuity, about our passion, about our connection to spirit, to God, to whatever way you want to call it, And you give me, you tell me what I already know about us as a people, is that we'll hunker down, we'll bear through this, and we will survive. And we're not going to panic. We're smart people. We've gone to the moon, for God's sake. We created the internet.
Yeah.
We created, the pillow guy. Everybody knows about the pillow guy, right, from Minnesota.
Right.
We're ingenious people. We work our way out of this type of stuff, and we're going to do that too.
Right.
So stock up on your toilet paper if you need to, people. But it's going to be
right. Get the fear out, please.
Right. We're going to be all right. Okay. So with that being said, welcome, Regina. What can we do for you?
Well, I'm trying to manifest a partner. So if, anything from spirit as far as finding that love connection or love partner or life partner.
Right.
A real life partner. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got to just tell you what came to me while I think Ann might be looking at a deck of cards. I've got to ask, and it's personally, look, you don't have to answer this question because it's personal to everyone, so just say I pass if you want. But there was something on a very strong Christian religious foundation that came in for you, and that it's going to come from the church. I'm just going to say it. It's going to be someone who's foundationally, spiritually connected in the church. Very very grounded person, very assured of themselves, deeply spiritual. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of writing and telling you what I'm seeing as I'm writing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't shake this kind of spiritual side of it, the deeply spiritual side, but very lighthearted, loving, funny person. I'm not really catching a date or a number, but it feels good. It feels really good. Okay, so let me see if I can get Ann, if she's ready. Are you ready, Ann?
Yes, I'm ready. Hi, Regina. So
Hi.
I'm getting that the general energy around your question when it comes to finding a real life partner and romantic partner, filling all these levels. I sense that you are approaching this quite fast, and you have been going through a time where you have explored a lot of things within yourself. That's how I feel. So you have come to terms with things within you and things that have been coming from your past, and that's a very beautiful thing. And it's not very easy always, because it can be challenging to see things. It's more easy to see things that are occurring around others and see their patterns. But when it comes to ourselves, it's more of a process, and it takes a little time. But I do feel that you have come to that point, and that is why I can see the energy of romance around you. So I hear two things. First of all, that it's safe for you to love, so that's where you have reached right now, and also that you are, first of all, paying attention to the love for yourself. So that's very important, because that's going to determine what you actually attract when it comes to love, if that makes sense. So what's at focus right now is that specific decision, just to say, okay, now I know what I want. Don't frame yourself into too many things like I want someone with that height or someone with that occupation, or just take the traits and what you want, how you want the relationship to look like. That's a better way, because that gives the universe and your guides some space to help to orchestrate things around you and this person meeting up, if that makes sense. So I do feel that there's a soulmate in store here. So I feel this is a very nice relationship stemming from many past lives together. It can feel like when you meet up that it takes kind of some time before you actually feel that it's coming to a point where you sense, okay, now we have decided. So don't fear that. That's okay. It takes time for certain people, and sometimes we are very different. Some people need a little bit more time before they open up fully. So it's just a matter of how fast, so to speak, this person will open up. I sense that you may be way more fast than he will be. And I see a lot of chemistry. So I sense that giving your best shot around this, giving it, don't focus on time, because, and I know this is very easy to say, and sometimes I do answer back to my guides and angels when they say to me that time is not of essence, and I say, yeah, well, why I'm living here, and time is of essence for me. But basically, if you look at the whole picture, don't think so much about the time. I'm not either shown a timeline, but I have a feeling if you look at a circle from 1 to 10, a 10 is a full circle. I feel that you are somewhere at the point of 8. Maybe a little beyond the 8. So when it comes, so it feels to be this spring, at the latest during the summertime. I don't know if anything of this makes sense to you.
That's good. No, that's good. That's actually
Regina,
good.
I've just got to emphasize something Anne has said, which kind of just made me think of something with my own history. About, we set up in our mind a certain type of person, right? And what we say we go for, right? And then it doesn't, we have a body type, a personality type. I mean, it's human beings who do that. And so I just got to tell you something real quick. So I learned my lesson about 33 years ago, okay? With that, after dating a lot, and then met someone who was not my type, so to speak, and I would have never dated him. And And I remember my mother saying, "Yeah, that's the guy you're going to marry." And I said, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, right.
Because he didn't fall. He didn't fall into that criteria that I had kind of set up and that pattern,
Right.
which wasn't a good pattern. Okay. And she was right. And I've been with him for 33 years. So I kind of feel like for you, you're at that precipice. Ann is correct, where it's being set up for you. It's coming. It's definitely coming. You're a joy.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of love to give. You have a great, great positive outlook. And there's going to be a strong, beautiful man or woman for you. I feel more masculine here, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. Right.
So yeah, you're on your way.
Okay. All
right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, like we said to Jamal, we're on every Thursday. Update us when things start to look like maybe there's something coming up.
I will. I definitely will. I will. Thank you.
All right. Blessings.
Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank you.
Many blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Sissy. Oh, hang on. I'm just moving through our callers. Give me a sec. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is David. I'm calling from Palm Springs, California.
Hey, David.
Hi,
welcome.
David.
How's it going out there in Palm Springs?
Well, it's okay. It's a strange, eerie day. It's cloudy and raining, which we almost never get. So it's a very kind of moody, sensual day. And here I am talking to you two ladies. It's my first time hearing the show, and I'm totally enjoying it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
thank
That's
you.
much appreciated. Yeah, thank you for your weather, by the way. I'm in Arizona, so we're getting the rain over here.
Yeah, well, it rains a little bit more where you are probably, but yeah, it's pretty rare. So it just changes the whole mood when you're in the desert and it rains.
Yeah, it does. Don't get me wrong. Look, when we have 115 degrees here in the desert, I'm dying for a little rain. But we've had an awful lot of rain this year, which, we never had mosquitoes before, and we're getting mosquitoes now. So I'm not too happy about that. I think just because, we put in a lot of water over the years in the desert where we shouldn't have. And that just, kind of spurred that. But I digress. Yeah. Anyways, what can we do for you?
Well, so it's interesting. I was totally jonesing with Jamal's call. I heard his call earlier. So I've had the number thing happening, and it started happening a while back, years ago, and it was always like 333 or 555, and and like I know about the angel numbers and what 333 means and 444 means, but if it's happening 10 or 15 times a day, then there's something bigger going on, and it's not just one signal. Anyway, what's interesting is, and I did my research and I meditated and I was open to my answers, and now what's happening is, like, I'll look at the clock and it's 10:11 and it freaks the shit out of me. Like, I'm like, oh no. Or if I'm like, I look and it's 1:12, I'm like, I'm not leaving the house. I'm done. I'm staying in.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Okay, did you say you looked the numbers up? Were you looking them up at all?
Yeah, I mean, I looked up like the whole Doreen Virtue and what 33 means, and I mean, I've looked. I've done my fair of research into spirituality and the whole, awakening consciousness. And I've read the books and I've done it all. And I mean, I was at Shakti Gawain workshops when I was a teenager 40 years ago. So.
Gotcha. Okay, but what's the fear here? Where is the freaking out coming from?
It's mostly. I mean, thank you for the laugh. I was trying to be funny, so I'm not totally freaking out. But And I'm fine. Like, I'm an old soul, and I don't care. I mean, I don't care if I get the coronavirus. I'm ready for new adventures. Anyway, so, and I don't even have any toilet paper. So I'm just using these at this point.
You got to get a hold. You got to get a hold of us after the show. Go to our website and contact us, okay? You've got some spiritual experience. I think you'd be good as a guest.
Thank you. I've had some interesting spiritual experiences. I've literally seen the laws of physics get broken.
Right.
And it's very strange. Like, and okay, so here, if there's a question, here we go. So I've actually had I know that I have energy, people, beings, spirits looking out for me, and I've been moved out of danger physically. I've had things happen around me. Anyway, and so here I am. I'm kind of an old guy. I've got money. I don't have any real obligations. I'm, living in my big house in Palm Springs, and I kind of feel like I'm hoping that I didn't miss something, that I was supposed to do.
It's funny you say that. So as you're talking, the whole time we're laughing and you're talking, there's a couple things I'm writing down for you. Did you ever try, have you gone into the shamanistic part of this? Have you ever did the, God, it's out of Peru. I'm brain farting on the word. It's a shaman type. It's a different form of healing. It's not Reiki.
I think it's Monarchy.
Yeah, Monarchy. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was brain farting. Thank you, Sissy. That feels like you need to start doing some like medicine men type thing where you start to understand what happens, what we put in our bodies, right, and what natural compounds can occur. And shamanism is really great for that. Munaki, oh my God, I've got one passage that I received with Munaki. I didn't finish all the steps I need to. And I can tell you right now, it's on a different level, is all I can say. It's on a totally different level. And if you're just kind of looking for that kind of one-up step that maybe you haven't done yet, it feels good for you. This feels really good. In fact, it's been a while since I even thought about Munaki. So yeah, it feels really good for you. And it's so going to help people who need your help. It's going to amp it up for you. You're just going to have more of an understanding of that connection between what we naturally can get from the earth and ingest into the body that have healing properties, and you're going to pair this really nicely. So something's going to look. It doesn't have to be Munaki. It can be some type of native type shamanism. Is what I'm seeing for you. I mean, I see desert when I say this too, and of course you said Palm Springs, so you're also. Yeah. I have an idea of where you're at. Put it that way. So yeah, it's funny too. I actually see cactus with this as well, ironically. But the other thing I got while you were talking was, now you were talking specifically, like the even numbers, and I got very odd numbers for you, so I wrote them down. So just if you can write this down, there are 3 sets of odd numbers I got for you.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, one was 923.
Okay.
The other was 766.
Okay.
And the other one was 688. They just came early on when we were laughing. I'm writing down the weird numbers, so they weren't even. They were just different. So, see if there's anything that connects with those. And,
okay, I will.
If I get anything else, I'll let you know, but I'll ask Ann if she has something as well. Ann?
Yes, I do. Hi, David.
Hello.
You're very funny. I really appreciate you calling into us, and thank you so much. Really funny. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing, because
sure is.
Many times we all take ourselves too serious. And we step into fear, all of that. that actually is occurring right now. I see that you are in for a change here. Feels like a very good change. And maybe for some time in the past it hasn't been too many things going on. So it's like a peaceful time in your life, maybe a little bit of a standstill, but that's going to change. And it has to do with you digging more into what you feel guided to explore when it comes to the spiritual arena, because there's always more. No matter how long we have been searching for something, or we have developed our self-growth, everything. So there's always more things. But just pick that which you feel very drawn to and that feels to be in alignment with you. I do also feel that Sue is very correct. Some type of healing, and it can very well be the monarchy that she was mentioning. I'm not so good at what that means, actually, because I haven't delved into that part of spiritual things. There's always something for us to discover, and I think that you are on the path right now to be very successful in growing what you want to grow. You just have to kind of pick and choose. I have another suggestion for you, and that's because we have the work that we are doing soul realignment. So we are soul realignment practitioners. That's basically a soul level healing through the Akashic records. It's not a work that you can do on radio, so that's why we never do readings for that thing online here live because it's too much work for it. But it's a very specific and very interesting work. So we have a webinar. It's not we, our teacher. So if you go to scrollsofthesoul.com/webinar, there's a free webinar to sign up for each and every Saturday. Doesn't cost you anything, so you can just go in and listen to it because it's very interesting. As something that you may be interested to continue with. So just go if you feel for it, if you feel guided to that. And you can also search out that part that Sue talked about, the monarchy, and what natives are actually doing, because it's kind of like, I see a vision of you coming into the earth, so to speak, but not that deep down into the Mother Earth, more on the surface. But it's like being grounded and doing work that makes you grounded here. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It does. It does. There's a part of me that feels like I'm supposed to live literally off the earth and just, live, go out in nature. But I mean, I drive a BMW, for God's sake, and I wear designer clothes, and I can't imagine myself going out and, living. I mean, there's a part of me that's attracted to that and feels like I belong there. And then there's a part of me that thinks, I wouldn't last a week. I mean, I actually did on my 25th birthday, I went out to live in the woods, and I literally lasted 3 days. I encountered a bear, and it scared the shit out of me, and I went running back home.
And that's okay. Listen, Dave, that's okay, Not all of us. I'm not a bear shit in the woods kind of chick either. I'll get on my Harley, but that's not me either. But it doesn't mean there isn't some components of this that you can't incorporate. So it's the earthly, like she said, the surface of the earth. So the minerals, the things that are the healing aspect, without having to, be in the woods with a bear, let's say.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Dave, you've got to get a hold of us. Promise me you're going to go to our website, because I would love to talk to you afterward. Maybe set up something in the future. Tell me, I'm just curious. What type of spiritual work have you done?
Listen, I have, like I said, I was a teenager and I was living in the light with Shakti Gawain. When the day Shirley MacLaine's book Out on a Limb came out, I read it and I decided I would meet her. And, it took me 7 years, but I met her in New York. And a lot of it has kind of come to me. I mean, I've had a lot of different meditation practices. I don't have a steady practice right now. But yeah, I've been to, I've read a million books. I've read a million channeled books, and I've followed a lot of trends and gotten off a lot of trends, and I've kind of, I don't know, I've done the buffet. I've done the buffet.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Right. And because you are a spiritual seeker, when you hit that plateau, right? And then you just feel like you can't go anywhere. You feel like, okay, well, what am I here for? Aren't I supposed to be in service? Shouldn't I be here to help? And so, between what Anne had suggested, which was our website, and watch the webinars for soul realignment, the teacher is Andrea Hess. Okay. And this may be, she could be right on that too. It's another healing modality. It's very precise. It is, if you're, I wrote down education for you. And this is a class where you are going to be educated like you've never been educated before. Look, I'm a Reiki master. I've done all the, same crap everybody else done. Went through Doreen's cards, the whole 9 yards. And when I took this specifically a couple years ago, let me tell you what it did as far as just opening up doors, raising that consciousness, having some tools that were really defined tools. And was dead on with that recommendation. I cannot say that enough. That's another one where it's not so much the woohoo type of spiritual thing. It's more precise is the best way to explain it to you. And we absolutely love being practitioners of this work.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote it down. I will definitely look into it.
Yeah. And you're welcome to send us an email through that website as well. I'd love to talk to you off air. The reason
you made an impression, David.
Right. The reason I say that is, we're always looking for unique guests. We have a guest on the end of the month, every month. And sometimes someone in the spiritual arena just jumps out.
All right.
Yeah, you got an awesome sense of humor, man.
I do have a few good stories.
Oh, I'm dying to hear them. I have a feeling you do. Okay, Dave, we've got to wrap things up because we're coming to the bottom of the hour. I look forward to talking to you soon. All right. Take care now. God
I'm glad I found you. Be well.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Blessings. You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. We needed a good laugh today, huh, everybody? You need to have a sense of humor. The vibration. Let me just say this really quick. I cannot tell you how many times Ann and I have talked about how we vibrate when we have negative and positive. Well, one of the things people tend to not even realize in the spiritual community is a good sense of humor, is laughter. Laughter vibrates as high as love does. It's that high in vibration. So when we vibrate on that level, you're really connecting on the spiritual sense. You are so connected on that sense. So humor is so important just to get through some of the day-to-day crap in life, to have a good sense of humor and to laugh, about the stupid things that happen to all of us.
Yeah, and Sissy, you're absolutely spot on with that one, because even if you are going through a period that feels very tough and you are focusing a lot on what's disturbing you and the problems that are occurring and everything seems to be negative. And right now, everything in the world seems to be negative because we're only fed with negative stories all the time and supposed to step into fear, right? But even in the very hardest moment, even if you can laugh just for 30 seconds, that will raise your vibration.
Oh, yeah.
It will.
Oh, yeah. I can't tell you. Listen, guys, Ann and I, we've spent hours on the phone we're not young, but laughing our behinds off on some of the dumbest shit, so to speak. And knowing, intuitively knowing that raises the vibrations too, We're supposed to. These
Yes,
are the
it
things
does.
we're supposed to do.
Yeah. Bring out the small child inside. I'm 55, but I still bring out my tiny child sometimes.
Yep. Oh yeah, me too. I bring out the rowdy teenager. Okay, the one who's always in trouble. That's the one that comes out in me. I digress. I'll leave that there. All right, we're coming up to the bottom of the hours, guys, so we're going to have to kind of bring this to a close. But we do thank everyone for calling in. And I'm going to just ask Ann if she has some bottom of the hour statements, and then we'll go from there.
Of course I have. I always have some announcements. And on today's show, we have been talking about angel numbers. What do they mean, and how can you interpret them? And some hands-on advice, what you can think of when it comes to would you understand what the angels or your spiritual guides wants to tell you with the messages and things around that matter. Our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, March 19th, with Soul Sister Show, and we will hold open lines and talk about Reiki healing. So open lines means that we let you set the topic, so calling for questions, share a story with us, or get a free mini reading live on air. And please note that parts of the world have started to change time towards summertime, and that means that it can be for this month, for a couple of weeks now, it can be a little bit unclear when everything is going to be. I try to look up for the month of March so that the times we are going to be on will be okay and precise. And please remember that we always broadcast 10 a.m. Pacific time in the U.S. So if you just follow that time, you will get the correct time where you are at. And next Thursday, we will be live 10 a.m. Pacific in the U.S., 5 p.m. London in the U.K., 6 p.m. Sweden, and 7 p.m. Greek time. And you can listen to replays of all our shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And you can always also go to YouTube and you search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio, Scrolls of the Soul Radio on YouTube, and you can listen to full past episodes from the end of December and forward. So there's a bunch of shows there too. And you can always keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And if you want to get a hold of me or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And we're back next Thursday, March 19th with Soul Sister Show. And I'm just going to talk a little bit fast here. So, Sue, do you have anything you want to tell the listeners before we end the show?
Of course I do. Everybody, listen, we absolutely love that you trust us, that you call in and that you ask questions. We're here for you. We absolutely love what we do here and are completely and utterly fascinated by each and every one of you. And we're so grateful that you trust us with your questions or even just your statements, And with that being said, I'm going to give a shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. And
yes, love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. And thank you so much, everybody, for calling in and writing with us and interacting with us. If we didn't have a chance to get your call this time, please call in next time. Love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Bye.
Bye.